Speaker of the Senate, that is Amason Kingi, is preparing to declare the seat of the Deputy President is vacant. That is, if the motion of impeaching Rigathi Gachagua will pass at the Senate, then he has the authority to declare his seat is vacant. And I remember when they were doing, public participation on Gachagua's impeachment, most of the Kenyans, actually 70% of the Kenyans, they wanted, both the president and his deputy president, that is Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua, to be impeached together, and 40% wanted the deputy president, and majority wanted also the president, that is William Ruto, to be impeached. But the motion was all about, impeachment of deputy president Rigathi Gachagua, and it is against public participation because most of them don't want him to go, and they want him to go together with President William Ruto. As you can see, filling vacancy at the office of the deputy president, and this is the process here. As you can see, number one, once impeached, Senate Speaker declares seat vacant through Gazette notice. President William Ruto will nominate successor 14 days after the vacancy have been declared. Then the name will be forwarded to the National Assembly for approval, and of which, so many Kenyans are talking about bribery. Of course, MPs will be bribed the way they were bribed, in impeaching Rigathi Gachagua. Then after, taken to the National Assembly, the National Assembly will have 60 days to consider the nominee, and the nominee will be considered to have served a full time if he or she served more than 2.5 years before next regular election. If nominee assumed office less than 2.5 years before the next election, the nominee is considered not to have served a full term, and that will be the process. And the list of the people who will be replacing Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua is already out, and we shall be taking a look at some of those lists. So be sure to watch this video till the end, so that you may give out your suggestions who will replace Rigathi Gachagua. And of course, so many Kenyans are reacting after the name will be, taken here at the parliament. Of course, no MP will reject that name, because these MPs now, Kenyans, they know that, they like being bribed, and they will just pass the name. Itakuwa imeguzwa ama haijaguzwa. Of course, itakuwa imeguzwa since Rigathi Gachagua, will be nowhere, and he will return to his hometown to continue with his daily farming. President William Ruto have not yet talked anything about Rigathi Gachagua's impeachment, and he is silent. And there is this African proverb that always say the silent person, he is always the bad person. What do you guys think? Feel free to share your thoughts down below on the comment section, and let's embark on the list of people who will be replacing this, a deputy president, seat. And Rigathi Gachagua will be replaced by, Ruto's besties. But, on the list we have Kindiki, Anweguru, and Dindi Nyoro. Right now we are eliminating Dindi Nyoro because the MP of who have been supporting, Rigathi Gachagua, and condemning other leaders from Mount Kenya like Kimani Ichung'wah, for not respecting Rigathi Gachagua. And number one is, Kindiki. And according to Tifa polls, 80% of Kenyans support Kindiki in replacing Rigathi Gachagua as the deputy president, of which, 50% come from the people. Votes come from the people of Mount Kenya region, and the other percentage come from other regions. So Mount Kenya people, they support Kindiki to replace Rigathi Gachagua as the deputy president. Do you support it? Feel free to share your thoughts about Kindiki, becoming the deputy president of Kenya in replacing, Rigathi Gachagua, of which so many people have predicted that it will bring enmity between the Kikuyus and the Merus. And number 2 is Musalia Mudavadi, which only 5% of Kenyans prefer Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi to replace Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua as the Deputy President of Kenya, which also goes same as Ndindi Nyoro. Also only 5% prefer Ndindi Nyoro, and Anne Waiguru has a support of 3% of the votes, and these votes also come from Mount Kenya region. And do you think that Anne Waiguru will be able to be the deputy president of Kenya? And 2% of Kenyans support Gladys Wanga, the governor of Homa Bay, to replace a deputy president Rigathi Gachagua, and 1% prefer Kimani Ichung'wah. As you can see from this list, Kithure Kindiki has high percentage of 80% of Kenyans, support Kithure Kindiki in replacing DP Rigathi Gachagua as the deputy president of Kenya. And also President William Ruto, it is alleged that he will choose Kithure Kindiki to be his deputy president of Kenya. Share your thoughts down below in the comment section.